The topic for today is analyze linear associations. So I'm going to write it in here. Analyze linear associations, okay. So we have the example 1, page 218. Page 218, example 1, is about the linear associations. Georgia and her classmates are measuring their height and arm span. They record their data in a table. Okay. Georgia and her classmates are measuring their height and arm span. They record their data in a table. So we are going to draw the table. In here, we take so much time only doing the table, but student, height, and arm span. Okay. And later I'm going to copy the values. We have until 11, the numbers. I wrote 20, 11. Okay, and for the other one, I'm going to copy the height. 66 is the first one. 67, 62, 64, 59, 62, 'The other one is 65, 64, 62 again, 61, and the last one is 58. Okay, and for the arm span, 64, 65, 64, 62, 61, 59, 67, 66, 62, the last three, okay. We have something like this, so in the table, okay, this is the table you have. I'm only going to separate in there in this point because I don't want to waste more time only doing the table, okay, in each part. So this is what you have. And then in the step 1, you need to plot the data points in a scatter plot. Remember, we are going to draw the scatter plot then, and we are going to write all the coordinates that we need. For example, in here, if I draw, I'm going to use this one. And we have something like this in here. And in here, the other part. So I'm going to write now the scale. Look that you start in here. The number that they start is 56. So 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, and 66. Look that all the numbers they have are greater than 56. So that's the reason why we start with that. You only choose the scale, okay? And for the other part, what we have? I have the vertical in here, 66, 64, 62, 60, 58, and 56. This is what we have in here. Okay, and then what's the other part? I'm going to start drawing each point, okay? There are 11 points in this graph. So if I draw in here, for example, the first one, remember, for x, in this case, this is x, and this is y, x is going to be the height, and y is going to be the arm span. So we start by placing the points, locating the points that we have on the book. For example, the first one is 66 for x and 64 for y. So if we have 66 and 64, the point is going to be located in here, for example. I think that in here is located. I cannot see exactly because I don't have the grid again. But I think that in here, 66, maybe one to the right. Okay. The other point is 67 and 65. 67 is a little more in here, and 65 is in the middle of 64 and 66. So the point could be located in here. The other one we are going to draw is 62 for x and 64 for y. It's going to be located in here. The other part we are going to draw is 64 and 62. It could be in here. The other part we have is 59 and 61. 59 is in the middle of these two, and 61 is going to be in the middle of 60 and 62. The other point we have is 62 and 59. 62 and 59. It could be located in here maybe. The other part is 65 and 67. 65 is in the middle of 64 and 66, and 67 is on the top of the graph. Later, what we need to complete, 64 and 66. The other one is 62 and 62. 62 and 62, it could be in here. The other point we have is 61 and 62. Something like this. And in the other part, the last one, 58 and 62. We have something like this, I think. Okay. And what is the important part in here? We are going to adjust this to the form of a line. That's the reason why this is called a linear association. So if we draw a line, the line is going to pass through the center of this. We have something like this. If we pass a line, you can see that these points you have, they are adjusting to a line, okay? They are trying to adjust to the form of a line. They are starting here and they are going to the form of a line, okay? You can see that there's a distance between the point and the line, okay? There's a distance in here, for example. In here, the same is a distance. So they are not completely linear, okay? They are not adjusting completely to the form of a line because they have some separations, they have some distance. Can you see it? one, they are closer to the others. For example, this is completely on the line. This is in here, okay? In the example, they use a pencil to find a line that passes through the middle of the plotted points. This line is called a trend line. I don't have a pencil in here, so I use the line directly. This is the trend line. Is the trend line because they are adjusting, the points are trying to adjust to the form of a line. So I'm going to erase in here so you don't get confused with these lines. Okay. And what else we need to understand in this example? Okay, look that this is like understanding on only the theory. I draw it again because you have it on the book, but I don't have a way to show you in the book. So for example, in the number 3, step 3, we look at the slope of the line and we see that the slope is positive, right? Because it's increasing. You start the graph in here and you see that this increasing. So the slope is going to be positive, and also this is going to be a positive association, because if you increase the value for x, 56, 58, 60, okay, until 66, you can see that the values for y are increasing too. You start for y in here, and you are increasing, and you have values in the top of the graph. So if you increase x, you are increasing y. This is a positive association. So Georgia can draw a trend line on the scatter plot to determine that there is a positive relationship between the height and arm span. Okay. In the example 2, we have something a little different. This is the strength of linear associations. The strength, we are talking about how much they adjust to a line, okay? It's going to be stronger if they adjust better to the line, and it's going to be weak if they are more separated, like this. This linear association is weak, okay? This shows a weak association because they are more separated from the line. They are not just adjusting. This point is stronger because this point and this other two are closer to the line. But in the case, for example, this one and this one, they are weak, okay? They are not following the line. Now we can go to the example 2 then. Text for the example 2. In the example 2, we have a strength of linear associations. Strength of linear associations. The Johansens own an ice cream shop near to the beach. The scatter plot shows their sales by daily high temperature. They compare their sales by daily high temperature to the number of beachgoers by daily high temperature. Describe the association shown. Okay. What do we have in this? We have the sales for an ice cream shop in this case, and we have the other scatter plot for the beach visitors. They are trying to compare the strength of linear associations during the as the temperature increase. In this case, they are talking about the temperature that increase, okay? So are going to be stronger the sales for the ice cream if the temperature increase, or are going to be stronger the number of visitors, the beach visitors, if the temperature increase, okay? So we are going to draw the lines. For example, the first one, we have something in here. I think that I'm not going to draw all the points because you already have it. Okay, not to draw, I'm talking about all the scale. but maybe we have time, I think. Okay, so I have the two graphs. I'm only going to write the name. This is for the ice cream sales. And the other one, but not the axis, okay, not the axis. The graph in general is the ice cream sales. And this is the beach visitors. Okay. Now I'm going to name the axis. This is the temperature in Fahrenheit degrees. Okay. I'm going to write Fahrenheit because I really don't know where is located the symbol for the degrees, but I don't want to look for that. We are going to waste more time. So temperature in here in Fahrenheit degrees. And in the vertical one, we have the number of people, and this is the total sales. This is for the sales, and this is for the number of visitors. Okay, so we are going to draw the line. I'm going to draw the line. And you can see that for this one, we have the line in here. And this one is only a little line, something like this. And we are going to draw the points. The points are the most important in this part. You can have something, I'm not going to do it exactly like you have it on the book, but I'm going to try to do at least something similar, only to show you what is the importance of this or what is happening on the graph, okay? So I have something in here. I have one outlier in here. One point is closer. We have something like this. In here we have 3 points. They are together. We have one in here, other one. Okay, so what's the matter with this? As the temperature increases, the ice cream sales increase. The association is positive. You can see, okay, the temperature increase is going to the right part, okay? So you can know that the temperature is increasing. The sales are increasing too because we are starting here with Y and we are going up, okay? We know that this is a positive association, but you can see that the points are so separated from the line, okay? This is the trend line. We draw it in the middle of this. So the idea, I'm going to show you, the idea is the opposite. I have the points of the trend line, I graph the points, and later I adjust these points to a line. I did it first because I wanted to work faster, okay? That's the reason why I did first the line. But the idea is that you complete first graphing all the points and later you draw the trend line to see what's happening in the graph, okay? So you can see that this is adjusting like a line. You are adjusting the points like a line, but they are separated. So this is a weak association. Different like what we have on the example 2 for the beach visitors. I'm going to draw the points in here. I don't even know to draw everything perfectly because you can see that the points are completely, okay, I have an outlier in here, but the most of the points are some of them on the graph, okay? Maybe you can change something, but you can see that it's something like this. All the points are on the line, or at least so close of the line, okay? So it's different this than this one, yes, because the points are adjusting better. They are following the trend line, okay? So again, if we have the points, okay, so you are adjusting this. I'm going to erase so you can see the line. I'm going to draw the line again. You have something. Do you have these points? Can you see that they are like a line? So you draw the trend line after you write all the points, okay? I only draw it first because I wanted to work faster. Again, I explained you because I don't know if you get lost sometimes. So what we have is this, and we can see that this is a stronger association because the points are adjusting better to the form of a line. It's a positive association too because the temperature increase and the number of visitors in the beach are going to increase too. Okay, you increase to the right in X and you are going up with Y. So this is a positive association too. Okay, in the example 3, we only need to recognize the linear association and non-linear association. Does the scatter plot show a linear or non-linear association? The points in the scatter plot form a curve, so that plot shows a non-linear association between the data. What we have in the number 3? We have the graph in here, and the points we have, I'm not just going to draw it so you can see. You have 1. It seems like a linear association at the beginning, but later you can see that it increased but decreased again. This is something like what you have on the graph, I think, something similar. So you know that this is there is no association. It doesn't depend on the value for one variable to change the value for the other one. It's not going to follow a sequence like this, that you have a positive. This is positive too because you only increase. This is not showing any association because we increase, but later we decrease again. It's like a curve. We don't have a line. We don't have a line because the line needs to continue, okay? Or in this case, if it's decreasing, the line needs to be, okay, for example, if it's increasing, the line is going to be something like this. If decreases, needs to be something like this. In this case, we don't have a association because sometimes increase and sometimes decrease. So I'm going to finish the class in here, guys. I think that you understand this. And okay, with these examples, then we have time to ask if you want to say something or ask about the exercises.